Hey guys, Blue Kool-Aid coming back at you with another video. Kool-Aid. Tastes great. Kool-Aid. Can't wait. Know what I'm saying, guys? You know what I'm saying. Anyway, guys, I wasn't going to do a video tonight. You know, I put a couple out yesterday or what have you. But I've had some footage come in, plus this right here. This is the main reason why I decided to go ahead and do it today, because the other stuff could have waited till tomorrow or the next day. But I like to, you know, come out as current as I can. What this is Nibiru News and a lot of other channels, like a buttload, okay, have done videos on this. So you guys have probably already heard, but I want to put my 2 cents in here. This is BPEARTHWATCH's channel. If you type in anybody that's watched BPEARTHWATCH, you go to his channel, it's gone. He's been terminated from YouTube, banned. Now, before I go any further, I would encourage everybody to go over to his Patreon, because that's where he's got a Patreon account, and check him out over there, okay? I'm not sure what the lowest price is that you can get in to get to be a sub to him. You might be able to sub for free, not really for sure, because I haven't done it yet. I'm going to when I get off this video. But he's an OG in this community, guys. Anybody that doesn't know what an OG is, that stands for Original Gangster. You know, kind of showing my age there. But, you know, I'm 43 years old, so OG was the big term back in the day, you know, and shorty and all this other kind of slang. But anyway, BP, if you ever get a chance to watch this particular video, brother, you've impacted my life a lot more than I could ever say. And there's a lot of us in this community that feel the same way. I refuse, not only as a I guess a so-called YouTube creator, content creator, or a researcher in this field or what have you, or just a plain observer is probably what's best for me as a title. I just observe things and I report what I observe. But buddy, you, I mean, you influenced me big time, okay? Just know that you were part of the reason I'm awake now, along with other people like Steve and Alex and just, you know, everybody. You know, Matt Rogers, Scott Sion, all those guys. These guys are, you know, all these guys I just mentioned don't necessarily get along with each other, but they all have one thing in common. They do believe that there's something coming into this system. And if we can all grab a hold of that and put down all of our other whatever, we're going to get a lot further, guys. We really will. I won't choose a side. I refuse to do that. Why would I paint myself into a corner like that? Because as soon as I say something's definite, it almost 100% time comes out that it's not what I thought it was. So let's not do that to each other. Let's find the truth together. Anyway, BP, man, hang in there. Anybody that hasn't done so, you know, go over to his Patreon, check him out. And like I said, I think that, you know, you can get in there. Sometimes accounts are like $1. That's it. You know, like $1 a month, or you sign up for like 3 months for $10 or something like that. You know, we got to support each other. We got to stand with each other. Not only the creators, but also the subscribers. You know, that's what keeps us going here, guys. And, you know, I don't monetize. So that's not even of concern to me. But some of these guys do that for their job. I'm not sure how Jesse or BPEARTHWATCH, his name is Jesse, in case people didn't know. He doesn't keep that a secret, but this may be his job. It was a great site to go look at for just hurricane updates and everything else, space weather, all that stuff. You know, and he would touch on Nephilim, things like that. But it is what it is. But go check him out over there, please. You know, BP, man, I'm with you, buddy. I'll stand right next to you. You know, because eventually it's going to get us all. That's the way it looks like anyway. But until it does, my mouth's going to stay open. And so is my mind. Anyway, I'm sitting here at this channel here. It's Nibiru News. Mike over there, he does a great job at his channel also. He didn't ask me to do this or anything. I haven't talked to him in a while, but you know, he does a great job. You call into his show. He does shows periodically through the week. I'm not exactly sure what his schedule is there. But you get 10 minutes to talk about what you want to talk about. He doesn't. Sometimes he'll have a topic. Most of the time it's just open forum type of thing. Nobody is usually disrespectful over there. You know, there's a lot of us that go watch this stuff, okay? You know, I've seen Naughty Beaver over there, Jeff P., James Neal. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, but man, you got to talk to that guy. He is on point. Anyway, guys, go support BP, and when you do that, you're supporting this whole community. I promise you that. He is an OG. He's one of the reasons why a lot of us are still here. So anyway, I'm gonna move on, and I got some really good footage in today, guys. The person that sent this to me, his name is Devin. Devin, thank you, buddy. I mean, this is some good stuff. I've already talked to you back and forth on some emails, but he doesn't want everything to be out there. He's trying to stay a little bit anonymous on this. These captures I'm getting ready to show you, we're about, let's see here, was it about, yeah, the email said 11 to like noon. And he's been sending pictures into a lot of the channels, and they use them a lot. But what I'm saying here is, guys, remember back in the day when we were talking about the welding glass to look through to see stuff? That still applies. I think sometimes we get removed from our original, what we were trying to see and do. We forget what to do, okay? Now, he even showed me, well, I'll show you real quick. This is his welding mask, his glass that he bought. Okay, I don't worry, but he's just trying to show me that, hey, man, this is what I did. And he's trying to put validity to what he's showing me, and I 100% believe him here. I really do. And again, this is from 11 to like noon, and he watches the sky all the time, but what he's caught here is pretty impressive. Okay, actually, you guys see this one, right? Obviously, what we're looking at, you know, I don't think I have to say it really, but this is the sun or sun simulator. And what the question here is there's this object over here, right? And how do we validate that that's actually an object and not a lens flare? Because if the picture looked like this, what does that look like? Okay, that would look like the sun and a lens flare, right? Or the sun simulator, whatever this is. Right? But it's not. Okay? Because when I scroll up and show you the rest of the picture, what's down there? Okay? Those are lens flares. So, I'm going to go on to the next picture and show you, if this is easier to show you on this capture. He sent me a couple captures here, guys, pics, and then he sent me the video. Anytime you guys can send me the video, it's way better, because then I can validate what you're showing me, because when you move the camera around, it lets me see what's a lens flare and what's not. Now, if you take the distance between the center of the sun to this, and then from this to this, it's the same size, isn't it, guys? Okay? So what we're looking at here is, this is the sun, right? Here's the sun's lens flare. This is an object that's in question, and here's its lens flare. Okay? Normally, for something it doesn't have to be like this 100% of the time, but a good chance to have a lens flare that bright down here, it would have to really be giving off its own light, unless this object up here is highly reflective. And it's like, you know, but who has a perfect circular cloud or what have you up there? Nobody does. And this thing doesn't move, and I'll show you in a minute. But what I'm saying here, guys, is if you can send me the video, you know, use welding glass if you can. Use polarized lenses from, you know, specific sunglasses, things like that. You'll see a lot of things that you didn't normally see. Plus, use the most simple trick in the world that we all, including myself, forget to do all the time. And that's simply putting your thumb in front of the sun. It blocks it from the camera. You know, look at the sun through through your camera and look at your viewfinder, put your thumb up there until you block the sun, and the lens flare goes away. Okay? It's the most simple trick, but it really, really works. Alright? Now, so we're looking at this, right? You know, basically, you guys are seeing where I'm going with this. This has to be an object. I don't want to say has to, because I could be wrong, guys. Okay? I'm trying not to speak in definitive language, because I think it's important that we just keep an open mind and not really say, hey, this is what it is 100%, unless we have just so solid concrete evidence that it's 100% what I'm saying it is. So, like I said, he started by sending me these stills, and I was like, hey man, you got a video to show me? He's like, yeah, I got a video, I'll send it to you. Well, it was so big, he couldn't really send it to me, because it wouldn't allow him to do so. Now, in instances like that, guys, when you send me, if you want to send me a video and you can't because it's too big, either just cut the video down to a size that'll let you see it, or you can post it to your channel, send me a link, or tell me where it's at. I'll go look at it, record it, and then you can delete it off your channel if you don't want to keep it there. Okay, and the guy that sent me this, his name is Devin. Okay, he don't want me to use his whole name. He's trying to keep some, anonymity. So, I respect that, because who knows nowadays, okay? If he doesn't have a channel, don't want to have a channel, and he just wants to, contribute, and this is his way. Sorry about that, guys. My mouth was dry. Anyway, we're going to watch this video for a minute. And what he does is he moves that camera around. And I'm going to show you why the video is better, because when he moves this camera around, the lens flares move. Okay? If it doesn't move when you move your camera around, most of the time it's something to look at. Okay? Now he's going to talk here a minute too. He's going to say, hey, they've been chemtrailing the crap out in front of the sun at the same time. So, it is what it is. Those are moving and the rest of them aren't, right? So, Devin, great job here, buddy. I mean, he's looking through welder's glass. I'm going to go ahead and stop it. But anyway, what I'm trying to say here, guys, is that, let's just go back to the still picture. I'll show you. Well, this will work. This right here, in my opinion, is an object of some sort. Just my opinion, okay? Because it's giving off a lens flare. It's possible for something to give off a lens flare by reflective light. And also I want you guys to keep in mind, and Steve kind of spoke on this a minute today in one of his videos, that we have to keep in mind that there's probably a moon simulator also. In my humble opinion, what's going to break this case wide open to the whole public is going to be the moon. Alright? Because there's certain things that the moon does that never change. So when we start seeing stuff, and we talk about the magnetosphere and the magnetic shield, and we always talk about the reverse pressure. Well, where the reverse pressure is on the dark side of the earth. Okay? That's what we're talking about from behind. The dark side of the earth. The earth rotates, obviously, we all know that. But wherever the earth is dark at, that's the side that this, whatever we're thinking, is coming close to us. So the moon, when we see the moon up at night, it would be on the same side, right? So there's a whole lot of things that we need to take in consideration, is what I'm saying here. And this was awesome stuff, Devin. Good job, man. Send me anything that you can. I'll look at it. And that goes for everybody. But guys, I need times when you take this, preferably locations, what direction you're facing. If you give me a time frame and we're looking at the sun and a location, I mean, even if you don't, if we're looking at that kind of stuff, I can kind of figure stuff out. But it's easier if you just tell me. So, sometimes you guys are pointing me to look at some stuff and I don't see it. Because sometimes stuff's really hard to see. You see it with your eyes, but maybe I don't with mine. So if you can put arrows or what have you on your pictures, or be really descriptive in what you send me, it'd be great. Okay, and I think every researcher would appreciate that you send stuff to. Okay, now this was just off the chain, great stuff here. So what we're going to do now is, obviously, that is, in my opinion, an object. If you guys want to see what Mark Wages or Blue Kool-Aid, you know, my real name's Mark Wages. I don't hide it. Who Mark Wages is? Well, I'm going to show you. You don't see my face, but you know what you see right here? That's my daughter. That's my world. Just letting you know. Her and my wife and my 2 boys. That is who I am. That is who I want to be. So just everybody know that. So I mean, I say that every chance I get, because it's truly who I am. So, you know, and this ugly mug over here, thank God my face is being covered up. But that's Blue Kool-Aid right there. That's me. Anyway, let's go on to the next thing. Now the magnetosphere has been, and I showed you yesterday, guys. We're gonna go look at some stuff here again today, guys. It's stuff ain't slowing down, okay? This is going to end up being pretty quick here, if this thing would stinking load. And I'm going to go ahead. Well, yeah, I've already okay. Now, what I want to point out here is, real quick, we looked at this yesterday, right, guys? Out here is the sun direction over here. Obviously, you're seeing a lot of low pressure. There's not a whole lot going on here. But what I want to point out, I'm going to zoom in here. You can still, even when it's low pressure, you can still see a pressure difference, because that's darker color in there, guys. It's always that same shape. You know, it's spherical or orb-like or whatever you want to call it. But so we're going to go ahead and go back 300 frames here. So yeah, I mean, guys, go check BPEARTHWATCH out. It's going to hit us all eventually, but you know, whatever. I mean, we just need to stand up for one another. That's all we got. Really is. I mean, it really truly is. If we can't stand for one another, then we shouldn't be standing up at all. So, you know, I think that for the most part, this is a great community. And like I said before, you know, the computer thing is a whole great, I mean, it just restores my faith in humanity. And I got an email from a sub today. She was wanting to get me some software for what I needed. She said she was willing to do that. Had to work it out. I'm going to email her back. I think I can probably handle that on my own. But my point is, bringing that up is that that people are still good, guys, and they really are. Most people are. You know, we get just stuck in the pattern that everybody's evil. You know, Hollywood's evil, and they are. Okay, but in this community, and most people around you are good people. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the slide bar here, guys. And we're going to toggle through here. Obviously, you see the increased pressure. And if you guys, I'll refer you back to my video yesterday to look at some of the crazy stuff there. But this is going to repeat. Just letting you know. So we're doing that. Now what I want to show you here is, you see the low pressure there. Now the lower pressure, what have you, the darker blues. When I move the slide bar to the right and forward these captures, you're going to see the pressure go in all directions. From, just pretend the earth is the center, and the pressure, like you threw a rock in a lake and you see the ripples, right? This is kind of what it is. Watch. See both sides react. Okay. So I'm going to keep going. And, you know, there's that reverse pressure starting to build. Now look at that. Okay. So it goes, swings out, and then boom. That was some pretty good pressure there, right? I haven't talked about this in a while either, guys. Somebody mentioned it. You know, we see this square that I've talked about a lot here. Or rectangle, whatever you want to call it. And then sometimes we'll see the, I guess it would be, what, an octagon? 8 sides. We'll see that there too. And like I like to tell people on these models right here, this is not a camera taking a picture. This is data that's being entered into a computer model, and it's giving us a visible representation of that data. That's what we're looking at here. So there's no possibility of camera flaw. That's what I'm trying to point out here. This is all data. Now the model itself could have some flaws, but there's not going to be like dirt on the lens or anything like that. Okay? That's what I'm trying to point out here. There's not going to be too much light affected the camera picture, because that's not how these things work. So anyway, we'll move on. Alright. Now, see that big pressure right there? Now what I find interesting in this is you see these kind of, I don't know what to call them. This kind of a distortion. We're seeing that a lot. When I see stuff repeat, that's when I kind of look at stuff really, really hard. Okay, come on. Oh my goodness. There it goes, it grabbed it finally. Maybe. What the heck, guys? I mean, serious? Okay, there it goes. Alright, now we're back in business. Okay, you guys see that? It's all dancing around. Now look, right. Did I go too far? Yep. What about right? Okay, that's what I wanted. I'm not gonna be able to stop. There it is. Now, what I'm showing you here, you see out here in the front, remember the V we seen? Well, we're seeing it kind of again. And you can kind of see the pressure build here and why it builds. Now, this is a good representation. If you look really close here, guys, you can see a distorted square. Okay, I don't know what that's about. I really don't. Okay, so just know that Blue Kool-Aid don't know what that is. Anyway, here we go. Keep going. And again, look at all that pressure from the back, and there's that V back out in the front again. Now, I showed you guys this yesterday. I would encourage everybody to go back and watch that video because I went more in depth in it. But we're going to keep going here. What I find interesting is that it just surrounds the whole Earth now. It's not just a little bit. Now, see, there's hardly any pressure there. So, next thing I want to show you here, guys, is the other models of our magnetic field. Okay, these things, this one right here, like I said before, shows the closed field lines and closed circuits. You know, we were all in school, right? And you take a battery, 2 wires, and a light bulb. You know, you wouldn't see anything until you completed the circuit, right? And then the light bulb would light up. Well, it's kind of what we see here. When these blue lines, which is our connection to the sun or other celestial bodies, when those get broke, that just means something's going on. Okay? And what I'm saying is, if you look, just look at this one. It breaks. See that? The IMF line. Now, the polar cap, we can talk about that more in depth later. And the closed field lines, we can talk about that later also. I don't want to go into that tonight, but I want to pause it here because what you're going to see is similar to what we've seen yesterday. Okay, here we go. What is it? Oh, I didn't do a... Sorry, guys. I didn't go back 300 frames like I normally do. That was just giving me 10 frames. Crazy. Yeah, whatever. Let's apply, let it load. Anyway, guys, it's just... Man, I don't know what to say anymore sometimes. I really don't. I show this stuff a lot, but I'm going to keep showing it. And I'm trying to explain to everybody what we're seeing. So if I speak to somebody that, you know, is very, very up to date on the scientific vocabulary, they might not understand what I'm trying to get across because I'm kind of a layman in that aspect. And then I see some of the lower vocabulary people say stuff to me, and I don't want them not to understand. And sometimes I don't don't say what I really trying to get across. So just keep that in mind. So when my vocabulary changes like that, I'm just making an effort to try to help everybody understand. I don't want to make anybody feel stupid or dumb, and I don't want to make people feel like, you know, I'm talking underneath what, you know, being just so layman that they think I'm just have no idea what I'm talking about, or have no idea or even understanding of what I'm looking at. And that could be, you know, a lot of it. Now, see, look at all this, guys. Look at this stuff. Okay, you're going to see weird stuff happen. Look at that. Now that, I mean, obviously. Now, and I said this yesterday, keep in mind, most of the stuff we see starts about right there or even closer, kind of over there. Every once in a while, we'll see something start over there, but not normally. Okay, and this is repeating now, guys, just letting you know. Something's happening over and over and over again. Okay, now look out front. You're seeing solar winds too, or at least energy coming from the sun direction. Okay, remember what I said about the sun, when you got a coronal hole facing the earth, the solar winds increase. Okay, now if I had to explain down to the detail how that actually happens, I couldn't do it. I just know that when there's a coronal hole facing the earth, that solar winds increase, our KP index, you know, goes up. So, you know, you can look at KP on a lot of different tools. I think you can even see it here, but, you know, I'm not going to go into that tonight. But look at all this stuff happening. It's odd to me that this keeps happening right there in that spot. Okay, now I'm just going to keep moving, and it's over and over again. I mean, you guys can see it as I drag it through. And it keeps repeating itself. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, it's just like, and it's all chaotic. Look at that. That's a chaotic mess. I mean, even somebody that doesn't understand electricity would know that, hey man, that's probably not normal. You know what I mean? Now, could I explain down to the detail, like I said a minute ago, what is not normal about it? Probably not. I mean, I could have some sort of idea, but it's not going to be in depth like a very, very like well-spoken scientist would be able to explain. You know, and I've never professed to even be anything like that. Just letting you guys know. I just want you guys to get some observations and know how to go to these tools and at least look at stuff and have at least half an understanding of what you're looking at. That's why I go through this stuff a lot. And people, you know, they get on me about repeating myself and what have you. But you know what? You know, if you don't like if I'm repeating stuff, then go on to the next channel. Okay? I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to change what I'm doing just because you don't like me repeating myself. That thing ain't loading for some reason. Okay, let's try it again. Wow, it's not loading. Okay, well, we're going to skip that model for tonight. But, again, let's go ahead and bring it back. And we'll look at that. Okay, now I could go back even further and look, guys, but you guys can tell something just ain't right. Okay, I mean, let's just leave it at that. And like I said, the main reason I did this video tonight was just to bring awareness to the BPEARTHWATCH being shut down. I just think it's just a jacked up thing to happen. Okay, I mean, look at this stuff right here. I just, wow. And it's over and over and over again. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, I don't know what, like I said, some of it's probably rebound effect. Some of it is just being created right there. I don't know. You know, and there's been a lot of talk about pole shift lately, you know, and if you look at this thing faces that way a little bit sometimes. Sometimes it faces the other. Sometimes it's straight on. You know, it is what it is, guys. You know, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I'll come back at you probably in the next day or so. I really hope to have the computer up and going with some good software and at least basic stuff so I can give you guys better videos. But, you know, as always, no fear, guys. No fear. Please, no fear. Doesn't help anything. So, you know, BP, we're with you, brother. Stay tough. I know you are. Anyway, God bless. Yeshua saves. And you can drink this Kool-Aid.